Hi there, this is James Swanwick, and you're listening to the Alcohol-Free Lifestyle Podcast, where you learn how to take back control over alcohol and live a life of health, wealth, love, and happiness. Zach, 65, from Palm Beach County, South Florida, is 117. 117. I was giving you an extra month there. 117 days alcohol-free. Joe, how are you, mate? Great to have you here.
I'm great. I'm sober and great.
Yeah, so tell us again how many days alcohol-free you are, and what your experience of the alcohol freedom life is now.
Yeah, I'm 117 days, and I gave for my 65th year for my birthday. I said I think I'm going to give myself the gift of sobriety, and so I started back up with the 30-day no alcohol challenge. And I did that before, and so I had spent almost a whole year of going without drinking. But then I went back and I started practicing moderation, and it turned out that was not something that was going to be successful for me. So then I decided that for my 65th year, I'm going to decide to give it up completely and spend the remaining years of my life more present. Less distracted and not having to deal with all the effects that alcohol has contributed to my life.
Yeah, nice one. So just tell us a little bit about what you do and how your drinking was affecting what you do.
Well, I work for a large international consulting firm, and so I do a lot of traveling, and I have clients, all over the world. And so as part of that engagements with clients and things, it's very common to have evening dinners, gatherings, deals are made over dinners and, social activities and all of that. And then I also have a pretty active social life here in South Florida. And so there's lots to do. Pool parties every weekend, yachts to spend the weekends on and things like that. And all of these activities seem to have a very large component of alcohol consumption in them. It was just a kind of like the natural thing to do.
And what was your drink of choice? What type of alcohol were you drinking?
I did, well, years ago, I used to drink martinis, and I gave those up because they were just way too strong. And so then I switched to vodka tonics, which was my kind of go-to cocktail hour drink. And one or two of those would be what I would have at cocktail hour, for that. But my true love is red wine. And that was the thing I worried about most about becoming alcohol-free is how am I going to eat? How am I going to eat? Instead of how am I going to cook? Because there's an old expression that said, whenever I cook, I always have red wine. I always use red wine. And sometimes I even add it to the food, So it was one of those things where red wine was my real drink of choice.
So you joined our 90-day program in a bid to cut out alcohol. So was there a moment where you decided enough's enough, I really want to nip this in the bud again or forever? Or was there a moment? Was it a build up over time? What was the motivating force for you to say, I'm going to cut alcohol out now?
Yeah, there was a moment, and I guess it wasn't really that significant, but it was. I got up one Monday morning after a pool party at the condo complex, where Sunday was a great cookout, and drinking started around 3:00 in the afternoon, and so cocktails and drinking happened through till 9, 10 o'clock at night, and so. I woke up that Monday morning and I felt really poorly, really bad. And I said, why am I doing this to myself? And I said, this is absolutely insane. And I said, and I said, that was the turning point that I said, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't deserve to feel like this anymore. And I have full control over that. So I thought. And then I said, no more. I'm going to go back to not drinking, and for good.
And for good, wonderful. And so you reached out again and you joined our 90-day program. What happened? Just walk us through what happened.
Well, I really had some success with the 30-day no alcohol challenge and the support group and all of that. So I immediately went back onto that, and then I saw either a clip that you had on the website or something came. I stumbled across your program 90 for the 90-day focused intensive group, and that's when I said, "Geez, I think that." If I'm going to do this, and like I do it in just about everything that I do, is that when I commit to it, then I always look for coaches and ways in which to accelerate my ability to kind of and engage in that new venture, and then also kind of assure my success in that. So I joined the 90-day group as well, and bought your book. Because I don't think the book was finished when I was on the program about maybe 3-4 years ago.
And so what happened when you were in the program in terms of the calls? Why were they beneficial? Who did you meet? Like what really was valuable for you?
What was valuable is a couple of things. The program consists of what they call some accelerator modules or accelerator exercises, and there was a weekly call that we had through Zoom. So I actually got to interact with and listen to other people's challenges and what was working for them, and kind of supporting each other. So the support of that focused group was really really good. But one of the things that worked really well for me is one of the accelerators or parts of that is called the daily 20 gratitudes. And so when I had first heard about this, I said, wow. And I've always journaled, and I always had some, gratitudes and gratifications and things to be thankful for. But then I said, I had to make a list of 20 of them every day. I said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. And that turned out to be the easiest thing ever. And the thing that actually I enjoyed doing every morning, and it kind of grounded me and set me up for a successful alcohol-free day, because it put me in such a good mood, positive attitude, feeling confident and happy and joyful. And one of the things about not drinking is that I was much more focused and tranquil in the morning. And so this was a part that I found was something that was really impactful, which I was surprised by, actually, and something that I definitely continue to do every day now.
Just a quick message from our show sponsor, Project 90, the program that helps you enjoy life more by getting ultimate power over alcohol. Project 90 helps high achievers regain their confidence, be more present with friends and family, get clear, reduce stress and anxiety, sleep better, increase focus and productivity, and feel a whole lot better. Project 90 does this by helping members quit alcohol for at least 90 days, whilst providing 6 months of accountability and support. The program has an 87% success rate of members reaching at least 90 consecutive days alcohol-free on their first attempt. Members get a one-on-one accountability coach, a community of like-minded people to interact with, 100% confidentiality, and what's more, members tell us it's fun. Project 90 members are mostly over the age of 35, entrepreneurs, executives, top professionals, or retirees. If you're in your late 30s or 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, or older, and you consider yourself a high achiever, and you're ready to upgrade your life by quitting alcohol for at least 90 days and maybe more, then you can have a free 20-minute exploratory call with one of Project 90's former clients, now coaches. If you'd like to book that call, you can go to jamesswanwick.com/schedule. That's jamesswanwick.com/schedule. Or if you're on your phone in the US right now, you can text the word Project 90 to the number 44222, and we'll email you the schedule link. That's texting the word Project 90 to the number 44222. Okay, let's get back to the show.
So, Joe, what's happened to your sleep?
Oh, my sleep is excellent. It's very important, so I take my sleep seriously. And my sleep wasn't actually too bad before but I think because of the effects of alcohol, falling asleep was never really a problem for me, even when I was drinking. But I think the quality of my sleep from the alcohol was pretty disruptive. And I actually track my sleep. I have some biosensors that I wear that actually tracks my sleep, and so it's phenomenal. The other thing is that I also are using the blue blockers that I got from Swanee's blue blockers, and I just started wearing those for a couple of weeks, and so I'm trying to track to see if, in fact, historically, if this is also going to be contributing to my sleep improvement. But my sleep is very, very good.
Did you notice any shift in your productivity as a result of being alcohol-free?
Oh, yeah, it's tremendous. It was just tremendous. I mean, I was always kind of a type A personality and pushing and forcing things to be done. And so I was pretty productive, even when I was drinking. But it's way easier now to get all that done. It's like it's less struggle. It's easy. And in fact, there's like no stress or pressure about it. It just happens now. And so I'm not quite sure how to describe that, but it's maybe it's focus, and maybe it's just being more calm and not being bothered by even when things don't go correctly or something gets really screwed up and all that stuff. I have a whole different way and perspective of handling that, which I attribute to my sobriety.
And what have you noticed about relationships or with friends, family, or colleagues, clients? What have you noticed about your way of being and the relationships you have with the benefit of being alcohol-free?
So I think, which is I guess it's good. It's like I haven't really lost any friendships or relationships regarding my change in who I'm being around alcohol. And so they've been, and I think it's because also the friendships that I have that, a lot of them go back 40 years. And so it's one of those things where they're based on more than just casual acquaintances for going out and hanging out with drinking. And I think that's part of that. I really like to spend my time with. I value my time as more precious than money. And so therefore, if I spend it with people, there have to be people that I really, really like. And they are, and I guess maybe I have high standards of the people that I hang around with. Hence, I'm hanging around with you, James, a lot because I like that. I have a high standard of people. But it's one of those things where I haven't really had any bad experiences since I've changed about that. It's all been consistent or better, and I'm a much better, I think, listener. And my sister said it best, though, I think, because when I asked her, I did a feedback when I was about 60 days of alcohol free. I did a survey. I asked several friends to give me some feedback as to what their if they noticed anything about me, and that I had to be honest and to tell me the truth. And my sister said that I was way more calm and much better to talk to, and way less of an asshole than. So, that's all a good thing. Because I think the alcohol would make me kind of curt and intolerant and way more opinionated and less accepting and tolerant and open-minded and engaging with people.
And what's your plan now, Joe, for the future in relation to your drinking?
Well, it's just every day. I just go day by day. I don't. I have maybe once a week I might have an urge for something, and this is going to be my first holiday season in a long time without drinking. So with Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up, but I don't have any concerns about it. I do. I mean, I'll have my mocktails. I actually found some de-alcoholized red wine that I use every now and then when I want to have when I have dinner guests, and so I'm going to have a glass of that with our dinner. And so those kind of hacks kind of tricks my brain into thinking that the the experience is there, but I'm not including the poison along with the experience. So I have that as my backup. But other than that, I just I don't miss it. I don't miss it, and it's not, and I don't have that. For some reason, I never had that issue where if the alcohol is in the house, it's too tempting. Because that's not the reason I drank, because if it's there. So I never really drank for being bored, I guess. So I have alcohol in the house. I have wine for guests and stuff like that. But it's not tempting to me.
What would you say to someone who's watching this, who's thinking about taking a 90-day and beyond break from alcohol, possibly coming in and doing it without assistance and help?
Oh, I would say that if you're truly committed to experiencing your life alcohol-free, then you really should seriously consider doing this program. Because the program will give you a very high opportunity for success in doing that. And it also gives you a method and process to kind of transition from where you are today to a better version of yourself, alcohol-free. And I think once you get through that experience, then there's like no turning back. And so it's totally life-changing. And from a cost perspective, it's like it'll be the best money you've ever spent. And you'll spend, in fact, if you probably add it up, you're probably spending way more money on alcohol than you would for the ability to become alcohol-free and have a richer, more joyful, more pleasurable, more exciting life without it.
Thank you so much, Joe. Do you feel happy?
I do, but I wasn't never really unhappy. But I think it's like one of those things where you maybe had I don't know, you like chocolate, but then all of a sudden you get some like really, really good chocolate. It's like you always had chocolate, but now it's like even better.
I love it. Well, Joe, thank you so much, and thanks for sharing your experience, and thank you for playing full out and being such a wonderful positive energy on our group calls. I really appreciate that, because you're inspiring other people who come behind you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I haven't really been on the group calls. I've been pretty busy with work, but I would like to rejoin those anyway, because I do like to participate in that. And again, I'm still on the journey, because I don't think the journey ever ends. So don't be surprised if you see me showing up there.
Great, Joe. Well, thank you so much. So appreciate you, and congratulations again.
Yeah, you have a good morning.
Thanks for listening to the Alcohol Free Lifestyle podcast. I want to load you up with some free stuff right now. So if you want to go to jamesswanwick.com/guide, I will send you my Quit Alcohol Guide, which has helped six-figure entrepreneurs and top professionals reduce or quit drinking. You can also text the word QUIT GUIDE to the number 44222 if you're in the US, of course. It doesn't really work anywhere outside of the US. But if you're in the US on your mobile phone and you'd like that guide, text the word QUIT GUIDE to the number 44222, or you can go to jamesswanwick.com/guide. If you'd like to schedule a free 15-minute call with one of my top coaches, just an exploratory call to see if or how we can help you, then you can go to jamesswanwick.com/schedule, or you can text the word Project 90 to the number 44222 if you're listening in the US on a mobile phone. That's jamesswanwick.com/schedule, or you can text the word Project 90, that's one word, Project 90, to the number 44222. Feel free to send me a direct message over on my Instagram account, which is @JamesSwanwick. You can also watch video episodes of this podcast and a series of other educational videos on my YouTube channel, which is James Swanwick 1, or you can direct message me on Facebook @JamesSwanwick Official. And finally, a request. Would you please now write a short review of the podcast inside of the Apple Podcast app on your phone or on iTunes on your desktop computer? Would you please give the show 5 stars and write a quick 1 or 2 sentence review? This will help the show get in front of even more listeners, potentially transforming someone's life. You can rate and review the show inside of your Apple Podcast app on your phone or over on iTunes on your desktop. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you next time.